Buffalo Fluffalo. I'm going to ask you some questions as we go through it. So, can you show me where the front cover is of this book? Okay. Can you show me where the back cover is? Okay, good job. Can you show me the title of the book? Good job. Can you show me where to start reading? Can you point to the first word on the page? Good job. And can you show me by moving your finger which direction we go as we read the page? Left to right. And then as I read the story, I'll have you follow along with your finger. There was once a Buffalo Fluffalo, a Snuffalo, Scruffalo, surly old buffalo, who was ever so snarly and gnarly and tuffalo. And can you show me the direction to read one more time? And where do you go after the last word you just pointed to? Alright. Can you point to the last word on this page? Good job. Okay. And just continue to follow along as we read. I'm the Buffalo Fluffalo. I heave and I huffalo. Leave me alone because I've had enough-alo. Can you show me the first word on this page? Good job. Will you move your fingers until we can see one word? Can you show me two other words? Good job. And follow along. One day, when all fluff was especially miffed. Now, what is this symbol at the end of the line we just read?
A comma.
Okay. And do you know what the comma is for?
So, another sentence.
Well, to continue a sentence without starting a new one. But that's okay. And then next line, a hammy old ram chomped up with a gift. Okay. What is that mark at the end of this sentence?
A period.
Okay. And what is that for?
To stop a sentence.
Good job. In the next page, I notice you like to nap in the shade, so here's a big floppy wool hat that I made. What is that mark at the end of the sentence?
An exclamation mark.
And do you know what that is for?
To show joy or excitement.
Okay. Good job. Okay. And these, do you know what these are before and after that sentence?
Quotation marks.
And do you know what the quotation marks are for?
They quote what someone is saying.
Yep. Good job. We'll go to the next page. A prairie dog passed by, mean Mr. Poofily. Excuse me, sir, I don't mean to sound goofily, but would you like to join me for flippies and funnels and romp and race in my tubular tunnels? And silly old weasel, cried Buffalo Fluffalo. I can't play in your tunnels on account of my puffalo. Leave me in peace, go back to your burrow. Let me stomp around while I frown and I furrow. I'm the Buffalo Fluffalo. I heave and I huffalo. Leave me alone because I've had enough-alo. Can you use your finger to show me a capital letter? Good job. Then a squawky old crow perched on Fluffalo's horn, and Fluff looked at him with a sneer and a scorn. Hi there, old pal, said the crow with a smile. Wanna chitter and chat and catch up for a while. What is this symbol at the end of the line?
A question mark.
Do you know what that is for?
It is when someone's asking a question.
Good job. No way Fluffalo huffaloed, his fur standing on end. I'm far too huffy to have time for friends. That's too bad, squawked the mangy old crow, because you seem like a guy that I'd like to know. And just as Fluffalo reared up to shout, a dark, gloomy cloud blocked the sun out. With a rumble and grumble and a bangy loud blark, the whole prairie and mountains were covered in dark. Then with one final thundery, blundery blup, the humpiest, heaviest cloud opened up, and down came the rain with a splash and a spluffalo, right on the head of old Buffalo Fluffalo. Squawk, said the old crow with a grin on his beak, why Buffalo Fluffalo's just a pipsqueak. Then Ram and Prairie Dog gathered to see that indeed Mr. Fluff was so very wee. Can you show me 3 letters that you recognize on this page and tell me what they are?
S, Q, U.
Good job. Look, cried the ram, it's old Mr. Fluff, so little and piddle, all wet in the buff. Everyone gawked, from the mice to the snakes, even the skelly old fish in the lakes. Could you point to a lowercase letter on this page? Okay, and what was that letter?
A C.
Okay, good job. Okay, and will you show me one letter by itself?
N.
And then show me 2. Okay, good job. Fluff shouted out, don't look at me. I'm not little, I'm tough as can be. He shimmied and shook to repuff his fluff, then he snarled and gnarled and stomped with a huff. I'm the Buffalo Fluffalo, I heave and I huffalo. Leave me alone, because I've... Stop, said the ram. You don't have to act tough. We like you just fine without all your puff. Could you show me the first letter in any word? Okay. And what is that letter?
An S.
Good job. And will you show me the last letter in a different word? And what is that?
An M.
Good job. He's right, said the prairie dog, a smile in her eyes. You're great how you are, no matter your size. I am Sniff the Buffalo, who wasn't so fluffalo. I'm sorry for being so grumbly and tuffalo. Without my fluff, I'm tiny and missable. No, called the crow, you're huggly and snuggly kissable. And all the creatures, from the bats to the bugs, covered old Fluff with kisses and hugs. And that's how the story of Fluffalo ends, with a happy old buffalo snuggling his friends.
Good job.